Most valuable and wanted American rare prints. The 1998 Yellow Hat H stamp. It is part of the Very Rare series. Printed and sent to post offices. They were mistakenly sold and used for mail delivery. You will be able to see on the center the drawing of Uncle Sam's hat, garment worn by the famous AD in 1812. When the American government, he was looking for volunteers to enlist them in the army and send them to the front to fight. Bottom right. The writing USA. And the letter H. That is, it was an undenominated stamp. Its peculiarity dates back to 1997. When the U.S. Postal Service, they wanted to increase the first-class fare, 32 to 33 cents of the U.S. dollar. In the meantime, these pieces were being printed. The Commission rejected the decision of this tariff increase. And in fact, these pieces have already been issued. They were destined to be imprinted with their nominal value of 33 cents. Stamp issued erroneously commercially in 1998. There are 230 examples in circulation. And today one of these is worth $1,500. The 1920 Treasury Savings Stamp. It was issued by the Treasury after the war. On the center, you will be able to see Alexander Hamilton's face. American politician. He held various roles in American politics until reaching the vice presidency of the Confederate States of America in 1861. This stamp was sold individually and was affixed to a savings card containing 20 stamps. The paper was exchanged with a Treasury savings certificate to earn money. In fact, you will be able to see under the face the writing indicating this exchange of money. Postage stamp issued in 1920. Today it is worth $1750. The 1846 Louis Bears 10-cent stamp. It is one of the few pieces that are in circulation that have survived over time. The first peculiarities are in the black scratches done in pen, which cancel the marketing of this piece. 10-cent US dollar stamp. It is printed on lilac gray paper. It depicts two bears on the sides, which symbolize strength, holding the seal of Missouri. This piece was used for sending mail even over 300 miles. Another curiosity about this stamp was to help customers avoid long queues at the post office, because it could be paid in advance and left in a letter of the cassettes at any time, even after the post office closed. Postage stamp issued in 1846. Today it is worth up to $8,000. The 1863 Jefferson Davis stamp depicts the face of the only one and first President of the Confederate States of America, who held his role for 4 years, from 1861 to 1865. This stamp was printed during the Civil War in the United States. In fact, the latter demonized their stamps to prevent the rebellious South to use their stocks and use them for trade and exchange of goods and letters between states. The South, it had no means of its own to produce precisely engraved stamps. They often used older machinery that was now outdated by the time. This piece of 10 cents of the American dollar. It was produced to resemble the profile of Abraham Lincoln and was printed on copper plates. The ink was also of poor quality. It ranged from milky blue to dark blue. Postage stamp issued in 1863. Today it is worth $8,750. The 1923 Franklin stamp. Depicted in the center, the face of the American scientist and politician Benjamin Franklin. He held several political roles during his career. This piece, it is part of one of the greatest rarities in U.S. postal history. To simplify postage, 220 major and 99 minor varieties of stamps were produced, which used 5 different designs, 2 types of paper and 3 printing methods. Down. The nominal value of the piece is reported 1 cent of the US dollar. Postage stamp issued in 1923. Today it is worth up to $10,000. The 1 cent Franklin stamp from 1857 to 1861 depicts the face of Benjamin Franklin. Piece has an incomplete top center line and some ornamentation. It is part of the first series of American stamps, which had perforations between one piece and another. The image is drawn by a small, flat, shiny piece of steel, copied onto a transfer roll. postage stamp issued between 1857 and 1861. Was issued in 300,000 copies. And today it is worth $27,500. The blue Hawaiian missionary stamp. It was issued between 1851 and 1852. Commemorates the missionaries who went to America in the 19th century. Protestant Christian missionaries who had settled in Polynesia in the Pacific Ocean. In that time, the Hawaiian Kingdom was a constitutional monarchy, recognized by the United States. You will see some crossed black bars in the center. A little further down, the writing of the nominal value of the piece. 5 cents of the American dollar. It falls into the categories of the rarest and most famous stamps in the world. Issued between 1851 and 1852. Today one of these pieces is worth $32,500.